Hi everyone, welcome to Chinese Pod. My name's Fiona.
大家好，欢迎来到中文播客，我是 Constance.
In today's 请问, we're going to answer a very popular question. A lot of our users have actually asked us this, and it's how do we describe personalities in Chinese?
其实跟英文有一点点不一样，有一些英文常用的中文不一定说。
Exactly. So there's actually of course, there are some very common adjectives to describe someone's personality, but there's definitely some different ones, and it's kind of specific depending on the cultural context. So we're going to explore a bit of that in today's 请问. All right, let's get started.
好的。
All right, first things first, we're going to give you a very useful sentence structure to kind of pop all the things we learn in the sentence structure.
对，
All right.
好，所以如果你要说一个人是怎么样的人，他的个性怎么样，最好要有一个句子。他是一个的人。
So he or she is this type of person. 可以再来一次吗？
他是一个or 的人。
So usually it's either 2 or 3 character adjectives. Okay, so with personality traits, I guess we can kind of generally divide them into good personality traits and bad personality traits. Let's leave the bad ones till the end because they're a bit more juicy usually. And let's start with the good ones. Let's start with kind of a more straightforward one. So smart, how would we say that?
好，他是一个很聪明的人。
哪里
所以他是一个聪明的人，或是他是一个很聪明的人，这两个你都会听到。
So with today's adjectives, a lot of them you can easily add a 很 in front just to intensify it a bit more. And often with Mandarin adjectives, sometimes it just feels a bit more natural to add a 很. And we'll highlight those cases in today's lesson.
好。
Okay, so 聪明, smart. How about happy? Because I feel like a lot of our users will kind of, I guess you will kind of want to use 开心, but that's not correct, right? It's a
不
bit
太能
unnatural.
说他是一个开心的人或快乐的人，有一点点太现代。真正比较好，我们会说他是一个乐天的人。
他是一个很乐天或乐天的人. So someone with a happy disposition. So all the way throughout today's lesson, we're going to be giving you some more natural adjectives. It's not incorrect. Someone will, of course, understand you if you say 他是一个很开心的人，
对，或是快乐的人。
But the key point of today's lesson, we're going to give you the real native adjectives. So 聪明, 乐天. Okay, how about one of probably my worst qualities? Patience? How do you say someone's very patient?
有耐性。
有耐性. Now, I wanted to say 有耐心, but I guess when we're describing personalities, it's probably better to say
耐性，因为 personality in Chinese 个性，所以我们会说有耐性的人。像我们常常可能想要说，我的老师是一个很有耐性的人。
my teacher is a very patient person.
那在这边性跟心两个声音非常像，对不对？要注意的就是性是 xing 第4声，对。那心是 xin 第1声，心。
All right. So we've talked about happy, patient, generous. How about a lot of our Chinese pod users, I'm sure, fall within this category. Someone that's very studious. And now this, I guess, is a little bit more awkward in English because I guess it's not that we don't value someone that studies a lot, but particularly in Chinese and Asian culture, someone that is studious, it's a very desirable quality, right? So how do we say that?
比较简单的，我们说他是一个用功的人。
用功，他是一个很用功的人。
但是如果我们要说这是非常好的感觉，会用好学。
好学 I guess more translate as like a desire to learn, right? So someone with a strong desire to learn. What would we say?
好学，
你可以说我是一个很好学的人。
对，那注意这个好就是好这个字，但是如果当做动词的意思 desire to do something，好学。
All right, Constance, how about the term generous? And what I mean by that is not just generous with your money, it can be generous with your time, generous in the most overall sense. So someone that's generous with time, money, speaking to people, what would we say?
我们平常会说一个人很大方，他是一个大方的人。大方有2个意思，2个可能，一个是他愿意花钱，他不怕花钱，所以他很大方。
Okay, so the first situation where you can use 大方 is someone that's very generous with their money, right? So if your friend or your boss always treats you to dinner, you can say
他是一个很大方的老板。
没错。
那另外一个可能呢，是这个人他的个性让人家觉得他跟谁在一起都不会很奇怪，很愿意跟别人在一起，在很多人的前面不会怕，我们也可以说他很大方。
So I guess the second use of the word 大方 is more in terms of in a social context, someone that's very open, that's not awkward in group situations, someone's very welcoming.
对，
you can kind of put under the category of 大方。
对，那当别人对你很好的时候，你大概不会说谢谢你的大方，你会说谢谢你的好意，那个是不一样。在中文里面，你不能说谢谢你的大方。
All right. One of the final kind of positive qualities I want to talk about today is sociable. Now, this is a bit tricky to translate, I guess, again, because the two cultures view these traits somewhat differently. But can you give us kind of how you would describe someone that's very sociable?
如果我们刚刚我们讲大方是跟谁都可以，好像在很多人的地方不会很奇怪。那如果我们要说 sociable， 我们会讲他比较活泼外向，很愿意跟别人讲话聊天交朋友，这个叫做活泼跟外向。
Kind of sociable, right?
对。
So 外向 is, I guess the direct translation would be more an extrovert, someone that's very extroverted, very, and 活泼 I would describe more as someone that's like bubbly, lively. And isn't it interesting that we think of someone, I guess it's obvious that someone that's sociable usually is extroverted and bubbly, but in the Chinese language we use these two terms to describe someone that's sociable.
对。
Now, let's move on to the bad personality traits. The ones you use when you're bitching about someone. Okay, so let's start with, he's a really evil person.
我们常常查字典 evil， 你会查到很邪恶，可是这个邪恶这个字有点太强，它不太跟人之间的关系
Okay, so
放
you're
在
more
一起。
talking about like the concept of evil, rather you wouldn't really use it to describe someone.
对，邪恶比较像一种感觉，好像看不见。那如果我说一个人 evil， 我们可以说他坏心眼。
坏心眼 Isn't that weird? Like someone
不会
that's
心眼其实就是说你心里面想的那些东西不好，所以坏心眼。
someone that's constantly got bad thoughts inside their mind's eye. 对啊 mind's eye, 对不对？
对对对，心眼。
坏心眼，
对，
他是一个坏心眼的人，
没错。
Right. How about someone that's just annoying? So, annoying.
大家都知道讨厌，对不对？好 ，annoying， 别人会讨厌你嘛，所以讨人厌，他是一个讨人厌的人。
所以 so if we say 他是一个讨厌的人 doesn't work, right?
讨厌的人不太知道哪里讨厌的人的那个可能性太多，对我们来说不清楚。他是一个讨人厌的人，就是你跟他在一起总是觉得他很烦。
Right. So that term clarifies, right? He annoys people or she annoys people. 他是一个讨人厌的人。
对哦，因为讨厌说的好像是我的感觉，他是一个讨厌的人，有点不太清楚这个讨厌的
the
意思到底
relationship, the direction.
对到底在哪里。
How about we talked about 大方. How about someone on the opposite? Someone that's very stingy.
小气，
小气，
对，比方说我的男朋友是一个很小气的人，
都不买东西给我。
对，所以我们大概不想遇到很小气的人。
Not someone that's stingy or very tight with their money. We talked about patient, and I guess it's very easy. A lot of these adjectives, it's easy to flip around, right? You just negate that. So how would you say someone that's impatient?
没耐性，
没耐性, right? So 耐性，
没耐性，
有耐性，
没耐性，对。
Now I want to talk about something that I guess a lot of learners might use incorrectly, and that's he or she is a really boring person. And I guess you kind of want to say 他是一个无聊的人, but again, like 讨厌, it's not clear what's going on there, and that's actually the wrong phrase, right? So what's the best way to say he's a really boring person?
他是一个无趣的人，无趣，无是没有，趣是趣味，好玩，所以无趣就是这个人，你在他身上连一点好玩的东西都找不
No
到。
fun, right? This person's no fun.
对，
他是一个很无趣的人。
对。
How about someone that's a bit, they're not boring, they're not 坏心眼, they're not evil, they're just a bit awkward to hang out with.
哦，难相处，
Okay, quite literal, right?
对
Difficult to hang out with.
对，难相处就是人跟人在一起嘛，很难跟他在一起。
Then can we say the reverse?
好相处，
可以，他是一个好相处。
好相处的人。
So that would be the best translation actually for someone that's easygoing, right? We
对
often want to find the right word for easygoing. So how do we say that one more time?
好相处
So 相处 let's clarify those sounds for our users.
，OK， 相是 XIANG 第一声，相处 CHU 第三声，
处
对
处相处。
对，很好。
All right, let's end with just two final bad traits. Both start with the word big. So big-headed and a big mouth.
好，第一个 big-headed 要反过来讲，他是一个很自大的人。
很自大 so self-big, right? Someone that inflates themselves
对
is 他是一个很
自大的人。
right, big-headed. And how about big mouth? I guess you guys can guess this. It's quite literal.
大嘴巴，
大嘴巴。他是一个很大嘴巴的人。
对。
Now we've talked about some good traits, we've talked about some bad traits. Let's talk about some culturally ambiguous traits. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, maybe one culture sees it as a positive and the other might see it as a negative. Again, these are not fixed, right? You guys can be the judge of that, but we're going to talk about some, a bit more interesting traits. So let's start with what I think is quite interesting, and that is gullible. So someone that kind of believes anything that, whatever you say, right?
中文叫做老实。
老实 But that's a very positive trait, I would say.
在中文里面，你说一个人老实，其实没有不好的意思，大概没有，但是好像你希望他小心别人，不要被骗，有点觉得他有点可爱，有点可怜那样的意思。
So most often you'll hear it in that context like, Constance, 你太老实了。
对，很容易被骗。
Right? So this is one of those cases where it's definitely is it a compliment?
不能算是，对，只能说是他就是这样子，所以你希望他能够小心注意一点。
Now talking about 小心 that can also be used to describe someone, right? 他是一个很小心的人。
对。
Now you guys can be the judge whether that's kind of good, bad. It might not just be culturally ambiguous. It might be that these traits can be seen as good or bad.
对。
Now how about someone that's very serious? Is that a
严
good thing or
肃
bad thing?
严肃。
严肃 right? Someone that's very
那如果你是一个科学家，一个政治人物，可能你严肃一点很好。但是如果你是一个小学老师，或者是你是一个卖东西的人，做生意的人，你太严肃可能就不好。所以很
So serious again, it depends on maybe, if you're a politician, obviously it's a good trait, but maybe if you're a primary school teacher, don't be so serious, guys. Now I want to talk about one. We talked about 外向 as an extrovert. So can you guys guess what an introvert is?
内向。
内向, that's right. And again, it's up to you guys whether you think it's a positive or a negative trait. I feel like recently it's kind of, the era of the geeks, the introvert. This is like really cool at the moment. But I don't know, I feel like in Mandarin when you say someone's 他很内向, it's not a bad thing. It's just like, they're quite shy.
对对
But I feel like in English, if you say, he's quite an introvert, he's an introvert, it's a bit...
对，如果在中文你说一个人内向没有特别不好的意思，
So
特别如
they're
果
quite quiet.
对一个女孩子比较内向，大概没有什么问题。
All right, and then I just want to end on one final one, and it's a trait that is very respected, I feel, in Chinese culture, and that is someone that is hard-working.
勤劳。
勤劳 or
认真。
认真 Now, I'm not saying this is a bad trait in Western culture, but I feel like, your work ethic, it's almost, I feel like sometimes being hardworking is valued even a bit more than maybe being creative or all these different other traits. So can we have that one more time?
勤劳。QIN 勤第二声，劳是 LAO 第二声，勤劳。
And
认真。
that's very 认真 it's hard to say. It's kind of like very serious. 勤
其
劳 I
实
almost
认
feel
真
like
跟严肃要小心，因为严肃常常就有一点太认真的感觉。那认真就是一般的，他的态度很好。
so someone that's very serious with work, I would say 认真
认真对。
But someone that's very stern, maybe someone that's very stern, got a serious face, you would say 严肃 Alright guys, we hope you found today's 请问 useful. We talked about some positive personality traits, some negative ones, some somewhat ambiguous ones, and we hope it will help you describe people, whether you're talking about bad people or some very nice people, right? Now, of course, there are so many more personality traits, and we would love to hear your questions or maybe different personality traits that you would like to share with fellow Chinese pod users. So go to
our new forum.
That's right, forum.chinesepod.com to share. Click here, there, somewhere. Click on our new forum to share your thoughts on this topic. If you have any other questions, do feel free to email myself or Constance. And if that wasn't enough for you, next week we'll have a more advanced 新闻 where we talk about these personality traits in more detail and we use higher quality vocabulary.
对。
All right, we'll see you guys next week. 我们下次见，再见。
再见。